We are going to talk today about my village. Well, it's not my village, it's just the way we say this. For example, I go to my granny's village. Of course, my granny doesn't own any villages. I'm going to tell you about the Ukrainian village that my granny lives in. I am from Ukraine. I live in Kiev, and the village of my granny, where my granny lives, she lives near Kiev. There is a city near Kiev, and there's a village near that city near Kiev. And how I went there? Actually, my granny called me and told me, well, I'm gonna die soon, so you probably should come here and see me for the last time. Okay, of course, that's not what she told me, but it was clear from the context that she meant it. That she meant that she felt really badly, she got sick really, really badly, though I will tell you how sick she was. And yeah, I have to come to her to see her probably for the last time. I don't know, who knows. Oh my god, there are so many flies in the mic. Then I went to Marshutka, which is a bus, kind of a bus, which is a small, version of a bus. And we call this Marshutka. And I went by Marshutka to the railway station. Why? Because I had to take the electric train. I guess this is what we call it, electric train. I hate this place. I hate railway station. I hate trains of Ukraine. I hate the railway system in Ukraine. It's just a mess. I didn't know where to go. Nobody could help me. Everybody's angry and were sending me to the wrong places. But eventually I found the railway station. There's Kiev, that is the main city of the Kiev district or Kiev region, we call it. And of course my train was late. Of course, I didn't even doubt that this was gonna happen. This journey was quite nice. I don't know, this is so Ukrainian to see some drunk men, some old women having their lunch right on the seats of this train. There are many vendors, I guess, that are going through the train and offering people some goods, some journals, newspaper, food, nuts, some buns. It's very common. Hot buns. This is so cute. And I've never bought anything from there. Why? Because I just feel a little bit awkward doing that. But probably that's a very common thing because they were selling a lot of stuff. Like, many people were buying buns, many people were buying nuts, like they've never eaten nuts before. This was a fun experience. I left the train, then I had to go to a different marshutka, to a different bus that was going to transfer me from the Fastiv. Fastiv is the city near which the village is situated. And the last one leaves at 8:45. So in total, I had to spend 2 hours, I guess. No, it's a lot more than 2 hours. I had to spend 3 hours on this road, and it wouldn't be 3 hours unless I had to wait for buses and trains to come. Yeah, I don't know what station is that. I only rely on me knowing the area. So this is the only way I can take out of the bus. Yeah, once I was doing this in winter, I was going to my granny in winter. So this was really scary because I didn't see anything. And I went out of the bus in some unknown place. But then I realized, yes, this was the right station. This is the church that is being built forever. And this is the typical road that leads to my granny's house, or typical buildings, typical houses of villages. And usually there's a long road where you can see the buildings on the left, on the right. Nice porch, by the way. Yeah, and these are the houses that people live in. She was happy to see me, but we have some weird relationships. I'm not sure he loves me, I'm not sure I love her, but it's just that family thing that has to be there. Family has to be with each other, has to communicate with each other. Family, they just have to come to wherever everybody lives once in a while And you know, we're not friends, we have nothing to talk about, we barely talk when I visit her, because it's just, we have nothing in common, like nothing. We do not talk at all, and we both fine with that. It's like, it's super fine for us not to talk for these 2 days that I visit her. Okay, this is where we live. Granny had a house before, which was this house. It's very, very old, so it started to crash down, and they decided to abandon it. Well, she and her family, her sons, and everybody who tried to help her. That's me, hello. And they decided to build this house. It was being built for ages, like 10 years, I guess. And now, you know what's weird? In one of the rooms of this house, it has breakage. I don't know how to explain. I'll leave the word here on the wall. So that's so weird. Oh no! Last time I was here, this tree was there, and they decided to cut it. This is what's left. Nothing. Yeah, that's the огород. That's what we call it. It's a garden, but we have different words for garden and a place where you grow your food. You know, garden is mostly for trees like apples, cherries, peaches, I don't know, fruit trees, especially fruit trees. Oh, excuse me, some of the bushes with berries. So yeah, we have two different words for that, but that's the огород. It's where you can grow. This is strawberries, and here we have some trees. These are apple trees, I guess. I'm not a big of a gardener, or how to say this correctly. And she's got a lot of strawberries, don't you think? And here are tomatoes. A lot of tomatoes, actually. And a lot of tomatoes. And they are in such a weird shape. Can you see? Wow, amazing. Why are they this way? You know, my granny, she's very sick. She says that she feels bad all the time, and well, she's old, so that's basically okay to feel bad at this age. But nonetheless, there are so many things growing here in the garden, and she's taking care of all of that. She cannot just not do this. That is so interesting. This is a corn. And there, I guess, we have nothing, maybe some potatoes. I want to show you some more things. We call this new house Nova Chata, which is a Ukrainian way to say it, the new house. But you know, chata is not a house in Ukrainian language. It's like a house that's very handmade, I believe. In my mind, chata is a very handmade house. It's not the mansion or country house with a pool in the backyard, you know what American dream shows us. No, it's chata. It sounds like pretty much like this looks like. Well, that's a well. This is the main place where they take their water. There's no water supply in this village, in this particular house, and they don't need that actually. There are buckets with clean water, and water from the well is usually cold. And when you come out of the house in the morning, you go here. Here's the soap, as you can see. Oh, I can zoom. Wow. And this is the sauna. Well, not sauna, but it's not sauna, of course. It's banya. That's the Russian, Ukrainian type, Slavic type of sauna. And it's not in a very good shape, well, because my granny is sick and she cannot take care of everything, but it's okay. I really love banyas, and I was so happy when my granny decided to warm it up, or how to make it, to burn it? Not to burn it. Warm it up, yeah. So this is how it looks, and in the morning you go here, and this is where you do banya stuff, like wash yourself, and in the morning you take this bowl with you. You take some water from here, you put it here, you wash your teeth, you wash your face, and you're done. I'm gonna take it back, find any towel you find here, and use it to wipe yourself. I really want to show you the toilet. This is a really common thing, and I would say toilet. It doesn't look very aesthetic, I'd say, but it's functional. You know, spiders love this place because there are so many flies here. You probably know why. And you just go there and do your thing, you know. If you want to pee at night, there's a special bucket inside the house, in the kitchen. I don't know why they decided to put this in the kitchen, but you go to this special bucket, you sit down, you pee basically, and go back to sleep. And this is why you don't need to go outside just to pee. But when you need to poop, you better go outside, because you need this. See? They're so ripe right now. I love this place, and I just really love this nature. This is what's called Pantry. We call it, I leave the word here, we call it pogreb. It has the down place there, the down place where we store a lot of things, mostly food, but here you can see I forgot all the words, the garlic, a lot of things, you know. This is mint. Melissa or mint, I'm not sure. Grow things and you put them inside and they can store there for a long time, for a long time. I cannot stop saying this, but I just come up with Spanish words. A pesar de que, oh no, how to say this? Though my grandmother feels so sick right now, she's taking care of so much stuff. I cannot even say why, you know. That's just a part of mentality, I guess, that she decides to take care of things. She cannot do any other way. She just takes care of things no matter how she feels, because it's hers, it's her home, it's her food, it's her place to live, it's her motherland. She cannot not take care of that, and it's so nice. And she doesn't like me doing things my way. She's one of these women who loves everything to be her way. So even if I try to help her and do something my way, she decides to change it. And it's so funny when I find out that she changed it back. Anyway, oh, that's a summer shower. A nice thing to have, and probably it's not used right now, but usually there's a bucket with water that it's warmed up by the sun, and it's very nice to have a shower here. A lot of apples. She's got a lot of apples this year. Can you see how many? Then I spent not 2 days, but probably for a day probably. I have such a low voice because I have recently woken up and I've never had such a low voice in my life. I probably had, but I didn't talk too much, you know, in the mornings, and now I have to talk to the camera, which is a lot, and now I noticed that I have a really low voice, and that's so sexy, I guess. And I was so lucky to catch the marshrutka again from the village that goes through this village and the station where my granny lives to Kiev, to the metro station where I could just go underground and go to my metro station near which I live. So it was a lot easier. I didn't have to, you know, catch a train, watch schedules all the time, and it was a lot faster, but it was more expensive. And about 50 plus 8, 58 hryvnias, which is about $2, I guess, on my way back. And on my way there to the village, I spent about 50. Oh, I spent more going back than there, which is very little. Yes, it's not too much, and it's probably affordable for everyone once in a while. That's the entrance and the fence that divides the my grandmother's area with the main road. As you can see, if you were wondering what's the most secure system ever against all the robbers and stuff breaking inside anything, then that's that. Yeah, that's this fence. Post box, I hope that's the right word, is from Soviet Union. They're all over the place here. Such a nice thing to have, like brings back memories. Can you imagine? It costs like really cheap, but they will not throw it if there's any chance, even the smallest chance, that it's possible to fix it. Can you imagine? Wow. And nothing is bought newly, nothing is thrown away if it can be used more. That's so weird. Whenever you go to a Ukrainian granny, to Ukrainian old woman, she will give you so many things to take with you, like so many presents. But you know what? I am pretty sure. Okay, somebody's barking. Somebody's barking. My Russian accent is here. They're so happy to carry that I hate when my granny gives me anything. It's like she doesn't need things and she decided to, donate these things to anybody else because she doesn't need those. Of course, she's got the biggest garden in the world, but she lives there only alone. She lives there alone, and her son occasionally comes to her, but she's got this huge garden that she takes care of, and then she's got a big bunch of food that she has nowhere to put, and basically she's got a diet because she has a lot of diseases because she's old. Like, that's quite natural, right? Please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos about Ukraine and minimalism in Ukraine and whatever you want to watch. Actually, I'm now looking for a niche I'm gonna take, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna film. Whatever you're interested in, and see you in my next video. If you put likes, yeah, and if you somehow make a comment. So see you. Bye.